Have you ever been an audience member of a singer whose performance leaves you feeling like their body is about to explode from all the stress? You know the ones. If it isn't the veins popping out on their neck, it's the unnatural contorted body shapes they get into, or the furrowed brow you could plant a field of rice in. Watching a stressed singer is uncomfortable for everyone. So today, let's learn about what you can do to make sure you don't leave your audience feeling like they need to look away, or even worse still, run away.
Sound check.
Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when looking stressed on stage or performing with twisted body shapes is acceptable and performance enhancing. For example, Joe Cocker's onstage gyrations and Stevie Wonder's head movements are iconic and certainly add to their onstage persona. But exceptions aside, for the most part, audiences don't want to watch a performance that conveys discomfort or stress. It's important to understand that an audience makes conscious and unconscious qualitative decisions about your singing performance even before you open your mouth to sing the first note. These decisions are being made according to what they visually perceive. For example, if you step onto the stage looking like you'd rather be any place but on that stage, then your average audience will immediately switch to the defensive, concerned that this performance could get awkward. Of course, stepping in front of an audience with confidence takes practice. So be intentional next time you take the stage. Step up to the microphone calmly and keep your eye line raised level with your audience. Our eyes are the window to our soul, and we can't trust someone who won't let us look them in the eye. So when you take your position on stage, allow your audience to engage your eyes. When we first start learning to perform, this can be one of the most difficult skills to master, but I cannot overstate how important it is to visually connect with your audience. For example, I do not agree with the old and dated recommendations to look over people's heads or imagine the audience sitting in their underwear. Not only is that creepy, but it's also disrespectful to the audience who are keen to unite with you in a communicated moment. I know it's hard, but learn to look at the audience, not through them, and certainly not over them. Once you're standing in front of the audience and starting to sing, it's essential that you continue to convey confidence and ease. Now, this can be hard when you feel anything but confident and easy, so give yourself permission to take a few moments to settle into the moment. Now, I tend to be a nervous starter. Over the years, I have found it helpful to greet the audience with a simple hello, or as we Aussies like to say, g'day. It never ceases to amaze me how often this simple pleasantry will be reciprocated. And when the audience responds, there is a discernible release of pent-up energy. It's like the entire room lets out an inaudible sigh of relief, as if to say, okay, this is going to be good. This guy holding the microphone has got this. I love this moment because it reminds me that, yeah, I've got this. At other times when talking to the audience is not appropriate, let's say before singing of the national anthem, I still greet the audience with my eyes, and during the song's instrumental introduction, I take a few controlled breaths, actively releasing any body tension that I may be feeling due to my performance anxiety. These intentional actions, talking with the audience, looking at the audience, taking slow and low breaths, seek to ease me into a performance state that is calm and in control.
Sound check.
Now, once you've started with a sense of control and balance, your job is to maintain that optimal setting. The challenge here is that your body, like mine, will tend to gather tension in all the wrong places. Tension management is an ever-present challenge for the performing singer. And if left unchecked, tension can cause your alignment to get all out of whack, making you look like a pressure cooker ready to explode. Visually, in most circumstances, veins popping out of the neck with the head tilted back to a obscene position only seen in The Exorcist can leave your audience feeling stressed out. Again, there are times when this level of physical stress is called for, such as certain heavier genres like thrash and death metal, but even these performance scenarios call for an intelligent approach where the vocal technique is being applied in an intentional and highly managed way. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the more extreme the musical and performance genre, the more skilled the singer needs to be to ensure that the performance doesn't rule the voice. I find it helpful to think of my performance mode as a costume. Underneath the layers of clothing is my body, my instrument that I have worked hard on to develop healthy, sustainable techniques. My choice of costume will direct how I apply my instrument and my developed techniques to the performance task of the moment. It all comes back to technique. Get your technique working well and your performance skills will follow. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.